Greetings everyone, AngradeVT here with another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on top right side is the purple Japanese, or Chrysaor. I still don't know how to pronounce his name. Spawn on bottom left side is the blue Mongols. We got Filisberto. Butcher that name well enough as well. Japanese versus Mongols. When it comes to map generation, looks like we got a decent number of woods here for some natural coverage for the Mongol player, since he can't build walls. It's very important. And we do have some early spearmans being blown up by the Japanese player. He can go for some early samurai, the vanguard samurai, or just samurai at this point. Does also have a trio of gold deposits up here, so it has a good amount of gold in his and within his sphere of influence. Though the woods all spawn down south, so he has no really natural coverage. Just good resource density up north. Barracks being established there. Still just spearmen, no samurai. The Mongol player does have a couple gold tiles back here, and a large stone back here for his next ovo. Very safe spot. High yield, of course. Two spearmen torching down the ovo. And there's a pair of spearmen now there. Looks like he has another pair of spearmen on the build queue. You can let the ovo take a bit of damage there. It has plenty of health to work with. And my apologies, I'm going to adjust my microphone for a brief moment. There we go. And now the spearmen pursuing the spearmen. 3 spearmen versus 3 spearmen, but however, the Japanese spearmen are separated. And do have an early samurai. Samurai, the Dark Age Samurai has 8 damage, which is 1 more than a spearman. It also has, of course, the Fluxion ability, 100 health, 2 melee armor, 3 range armor. So, a pretty good asset. The spearman will do 5 damage per strike against it. Not too great amount, to say the least. Times 2 spearmen on the build queue. And he is focused on the samurai there. That's probably a bad idea. The samurai, let's see. Oh, has a unique attack animation right there. Has 8 damage and normal man-at-arms attack speed. Of course, spearmen have a normal spearman attack speed, which is also pretty slow. Not sure it's better to focus on the samurai or the spearman. Does take out one of the spearmen for both sides. There goes another spearman. I love how they both fall down at the same time. And got these 2 spearmen falling on back. The Mongol player has a good number of spearmen. Mongol player has almost enough gold, needs a bit more food to age on up. Similar for the Japanese player as well. More spearmen by the Japanese player. The Mongol player has a healthy number of them. Of course, can't get too close to the town center, and looks like everything else is in coverage of the town center arrows. Barring this forge here. Getting a little too close to town center does not. Actually ate an arrow there. It was outside the radius. Another samurai on the build queue, as well as spearman. Another times 2 spearman for the Mongol player. My apologies, I need to open up a drink that I have nearby. Hope that wasn't too loud. Tried covering the best I could. 11th spearman on the way for the Mongol player. 6th one for the Japanese player. He has plenty of gold, so he could eye for some more samurai. Big problem is food income. Of course, he is about to lose his forge, so just keeping this up long enough to get the 200 gold is probably a good idea, and not invest into any more samurai. And has enough gold there, 200 gold. Got the deer stone being flown in the field. Villagers once again trying to push forward, build this outpost. He's starting to engage each other. Looks like purple's units have been maintaining constant conflict while blue's time to move around. We've got 2 samurai here. Cancels the outpost there. Samurai are causing a bit of an issue, to say the least. Does use speed arrow to help escape on there. Focus on the samurai there, but with 3 range armor, the con only 2 damage. It's doing 1 damage per arrow, so it needs another 3 arrows onto it. And of course, in Dark Age, does not have the ability to move and shoot. Firewall moving. So he has to shoot and scoot. The villager is somewhat being pursued. The villager may just want to stay in the fight in order to keep the spearmen near the other spearmen. Of course, these other forces push way forward. Exotic Doggo here, eating these spearmen. He wants the stick, throw him the stick. Takes out a spearman there, finish out the other spearmen. The villager should be just probably tasked on home at this current rate. Another round of spearmen here. We got 4 spearmen here versus 3 spearmen. Healthier here, so I'm thinking purple would win the fight. And the shrubbery does actually go back around. Could have kept on running. Then again, villagers do have slower move speed than the spearmen. It's hard to say if who will win this fight. Blue is a bit more wounded, but purple took a lot of free damage there. Do have now the Cure Storehouse on the build queue for the Japanese player, going for the Samurai. Hardened Spearman upgrade for the Mongol player. While it's probably going to be not very useful in the near future, it will still be useful right now. Collins damage does get up to 3, so still only be able to do 1 damage versus the Samurai. The Hardened Spearman upgrade is at least cheap enough that if you get it too early, it's not going to be a big issue. Huh, did they change the improved upgrades? Oh, there's also a con respawn time there. I don't remember them updating the replay. Wait, but one thing I noticed as well, are these now single upgrades? Okay, that was something changed in perhaps in the last patch that I did miss. Let's see, 500 stone. It combines the first one and this one, so it's a one-time research of plus 20%. Okay, simple enough. It is also combined here, so the improved aspect, it could also be removed from the improved aspect and just be a sole separate upgrade and then be tailored to each other. But now it's simple 500 single upgrade. Wheelbarrow still the same. Survival techniques is increase. Okay, now increases the 10%. That's still normal. Looks like the improved professional scouts have been removed. That's what I'm thinking, which was obviously sort of a worthless upgrade. Oh, and improved forestry has been buffed as well. It now provides +2 wood capacity as well. Not a whole lot, but that's something at least nice. A couple things I also want to check there. Yeah, +4 carry capacity for 200 stone. Not great. If it would have threw in a little bit extra movement speed to sort of match the Japanese set of wheelbarrows, because it's 7 + 7 + 7. Maybe give additional +5, so it totals 20%. That would have been nice for that. You have the deer stone here, as well as a good number of archers. Very nice. Stable going up, eyeing for a bit of stability in his life. Of course, does have access to Collins Hunters, which does improve the regular archers as well. And does lock down both those gold deposits. And looks like deer stone's heading back on out. Archer range stable, archer range, going for some Yumi archers. Professional survival techniques and the arrow slot upgrade now being researched. Horseman here will be impaled by the spearmans. Got Oni Bugusha here, which is a light melee infantry unit there, so the archers will do bonus damage to it or her. Let's take the horseman. But the Oni Bugusha's extra range is being very handy there. The attack range is 1, as opposed to, say, the spearman range, or the samurai range for now, is 0.29, so it's able to get some attacks in the back line of those spearmen. Of course, she's also a pretty fast lady, so she's able to keep up with the archers as well. And all of Blue's archers will be going down. Blue has a higher destroyed value than Magenta. Very nice. And but that may also include some of the stuff that got cancelled here. Because beforehand, the previous patches, that did include the destroyed value there, but not sure if it actually did. No, actually, look, if you look better close, I looked the wrong number. So blue has better resource collection. But you can see here, purple has a higher destroyed value than blue. But that bug is still about canceling the outpost, which was like 2 or 3 times. They're pretty even. Assume that bug still exists. Oh, a villager managed to sneak on by, get a stable back here. Honestly, a barracks with some, whatchamacallit, siege engineers in order to proxy out some structures wouldn't be half bad. Going for a round of Keshiks. There is shrubbery here, also the hideaway. No, keep the villager back. In fact, maybe even build a outpost so that will increase movement speed of the units back here. So that is a bit of a tall order this moment. I think it would be better just leave the villager idle back there. It's may alert his opponents, hard to say. Yeah, villager's trying to fall back over here. I don't believe purple spotted that villager. Just keep the villager back here. In fact, building outposts could spot these villagers here to allow... Actually... Oh, that's a deer deposit. So, and the berry deposit here, a lot of food there. Coral tide now being researched. So faster, not heroic, castle age for the Mongol player. Some new structures are to migrate down south for the winter. Ovo still has about a minute plus worth of stone remaining. Going for gear there just to get some collection rate. It'll be a bit of time for that village to actually make a return on that, honestly. Waiting for the age up so we get the veteran Keshiks may be a good idea. Maybe help out reduce the number of attacks it takes to take out a villager. Probably very confused how a pair of Keshiks got right there. Does pick off one villager. Yeah, I think waiting for veteran Keshik would have been a good idea. Though I suppose with the deer stone under siege, he decided to push forward during the middle of that. It's all opportunity. Hope his one was a bit more distracted. Horseman will spot this stuff. Veteran Keshik research on the way. We've also got some man at arms. Against all the archers is a good idea. Khan is going to be peppered up a little bit. Remember, he's supposed to be part of the Silk Road, not the Spice Road. So getting peppered up like that's not a great idea. The deer stones have been destroyed. You can see it's clearly destroyed. Villager does go down there. Yeah, honestly, leaving that villager idle there was probably a better idea because the chance of the villager actually recovering the 100 wood, it would not take time to recover wood there, so definitely a waste spoon the gear. Villagers falling back to the capital. We've got Spring Golem placement here. Main arms doing some great work here. Yumi Archer, of course, the cheaper but weaker variant of the Archer, but still moves pretty quickly. More damage means the man arms, by default, will resist all the extra damage. Deerstone managed to rebuild itself into a pile of rubble. Fantastic. Couple spearmen here and archers, very nice. And of course with the Deerstone, these guys do get access to the Yam network upgrade, improving the movement speed so around the outpost they do move faster than spearmen and archers, but not faster than Yumis. One thing that blue could do is just pack up the structures, just run with them. At the current rate, he's just going to lose them. Might as well try to run. Floating gate. The floating gate's now being researched by the Japanese player. Large number of outposts here with the amount of deposits of resources. These things will be useful. Mongol players going for a secondary town center and going with some shamans, also known as shamans. Try and grab those relics. Daimyo mana complete, now gets a second arrow. We'll potentially find some of these structures incomplete. We'll start slicing up some of these villagers. At least throw a torch in each of those buildings. They get cancelled. Oh, there we go. As it looks like superior mobility got researched. That thing does disintegrate. Mana room's definitely overextended, but may buy the shamans some time. The Airstone still smoldering ruin. Got some veteran cons hunters now being pulled in the field, improving the range of these crossbowmen to 5.75. However, not fighting by too many heavy units, just only some. Shaman here will collect up a relic number 3. Got the con here, we'll be able to spot everything here. Defense arrows available. No whistling arrow, level of improved whistling arrow upgrade. A large number out of villagers here, and one mounted bannerman. Ovo incomplete here. Veteran samurai almost complete. Looks like the Ovo goes down. Couple deer carcasses here. Outpost going on up. Ovo carcass there. Got another daimyo palace being researched. Do now the iron under mesh upgrade for the Japanese player. Got 3 relics inside this prayer tent. Good number of villagers here. Got a couple of pastures. Capital, good number of town centers here for large number of villager storage, to say the least, but needing a good number of that. Some of these not a samurai moving around. This secondary town center is not garrisoned, while the capital is fully garrisoned. It does manage to get a good defense there. Sean picked up a 4th relic. Ronnie picked up 3, or claimed 3, picked up a 4th. Purple has claimed 1, so good amount of relics for blue. Just need to get another prayer tent for it. There we go. Got a good number of Yumi archers, but they're not being veterans, so just leftovers. Good number of mounted samurai, good number of horsemen who are not veteran either. number of veteran samurai. The veteran horseman upgrade now on just got started, and number of spearmen not veteran. 3 mounted bannermans. Shaman gets impaled. Mounted samurai getting hit by a large number of crossbowmen. You know, Blue is just playing the counter meta since the Japanese tend to go for the floating gardens into Yoshiro into a stable for fast mounted samurai production, and his opponent just simply just goes straight for crossbowmen before you build any mounted samurai. What we do have was at this Monistic Shrine upgrade. Which he may be eyeing for some patches around the Monistic Shrine to get the extra sheep going. Currently, the Mongol player has gotten no economic technologies. And with that, around the shrines, I think every single patch can support the 4 villagers. Oh, wait, did the capital just move? Am I crazy? Yep, the capital's moved down south for the winter. Let's see, right now there's currently 11 Passions Field. A good chunk of them are around the Monistic Shrine, but we're just going to assume 11. So effectively, it can support 33 villagers onto food. Shaman being impaled. Got an archer research on the Mongol player. Actually, no, he did cancel that. Kurultai got deployed in the center of everything here, so I need to play this hyper defensively. It does not improve the damage of the structures. At least I don't think. We do have a spring golem placement here, so he's going to play defensively, making effectively what could be considered a circle of wagons. Outposts being under fire. He does have the Yam network for better defense. Not to mention the veteran concept for the aura increase. Jack's player has a Sacred Site countdown victory in his favor. Level 2 wheelbarrow now complete for the Japanese player. And a good number of stables being established over here. Oval's been reestablished over here. May want to get some other structures nearby to get that production going. Maybe keep the stone up and going just so we can get other improved upgrades like the improved siege engineers. But right now it looks like the Jet player is just going for mass horsemans, so mass spearmans would be pretty good. Crossbow would be good in limited numbers. And with this, he also does not need siege engineers because he doesn't even none of the siege weapons are effective versus the various cavalry units. Couple of spearmen on the retreat. We get a bit of damage there. Tengashima gunsmith bound being researched by the Japanese player. We'll give him some free gunpowder units. Mongol player is nowhere near close of aging up. When it comes to army value, purple does have a higher army value as well. Looks like none of these villagers maybe go on down. Villagers gonna be staying and fighting. And thanks to the improved Yam network, or the Kurultai, he's actually getting some extra health regen on these villagers. Very nice. I'm not sure if he lost any villagers there, actually. And with the Kurultai aura, the villagers actually get a little bit extra damage. Of course, we only see the torch weapon at the moment. Looks like 7 damage at the moment. Does spot some of the infrastructure up here, but villagers do manage to escape on out of there. Stable's going down, Ovo's been destroyed. Another daimyo manor being employed in the field. Does he have a shogunate castle? Yes, he does. Right now, blue has a much higher destroyed value, but has so far collected a lot less resources. The reduced end comes probably due to the lack of economic techs for the Mongol player. Unless it's somehow bugged. Nope, does not appear to be bugged. That is a large number of barracks. Cognitive Palace employed in the field. Cognitive Palace is one of the most cost-efficient landmarks in Age 4. Though it is very subject to RNG. Right now, let's see, his opponent's going for samurais, so SBs would be okay. Rus horse archers wouldn't be half bad. Rus knights wouldn't be half bad. Rus warrior monks wouldn't be half bad. SB on the way. Hui pals are nice to get going. Li Kong now firing away. Does have 24 base damage in this age. Goes off like 2, 3, 6, 24. Very even increases. The Khan does go down. All these units are being chased. Nessa B has been deployed in the field and mitigating picked apart. Sugasai is currently neutralized. We got the Shinto priests there. Some Purple's forces just moving on forward, getting ripped apart. Remember, Samurai and Bannerman's there. Bruce main arms would be probably less of a good idea against the Otachi equipped Samurai. Highborn on the research queue for the Mongol player. He has a good number of pastures on the field. 19 pastures are on the field with no economic tech, so that can support about 60 villagers. In other words, he has plenty of... actually, no, he has 63 villagers on pastures at the moment. Crossman firing away with a Spoiler Curl tie, gets a lot of extra damage. Spearman doing a good job holding line, while the Crossman just take time to get everything going. Doesn't appear to be any... there's one Khan's Hunter on the field somewhere. I did highlight it. They've got some Rus Knights here, an excellent unit in this situation. They do have the poleaxe upgrade, so they already get +4. Now I mentioned they get poleaxe and Boyar's Fortitude. Rus, Mongol Rus Knights are maybe some of the best knights in the game. Problem is, you can only get a very limited number. It's completely RNG. And he's getting more and more waves of them. He has 6, and with another set of 3 on the way. Mongol players going for incendiary arrows now. It's good damage there. It'll rip apart these villagers, especially when they don't have textiles. They just simply get two-shotted with their basic attacks. Got some stone walls being established here by the Japanese player, but being instead by some villagers. Not villagers, spearmans. Do not have the Nagi or Yari. Spearman equipped with Shark Spear increases weapon range by 20% and increases bonus damage by 50%. Very nice. Crossbow being stepped away. This is a very urbanized environment. Spearman pushes forward to hold the line. Bomb bars against the secondary town center. Right now, blue does actually have less villagers than purple. Roost Knights, 6 of them charging way forward. These villagers are getting healed up by the Curl Tie. Purple's collecting up the gold in the map. Samurai here, right now they're at 21 damage versus the Roost Knights right now at 33 damage. Which they can still get up with plus 3 more damage to effectively get up to 36 damage and biology as well. Improved biology. Do now have the attack arrow there, great for the crossbowman. Hopefully, nope, does not yet have whistling arrow upgraded, a very critical upgrade at this point in the game, also pretty cheap as well. Getting up to 12 seconds of the arrow effects is massive. Plus the Elite Samurai now up to 24 damage thanks to the nearby banners. Got some of the Otsu being pulled on the field. They are heavy range. So that was a poor idea to throw in against crossbowmen. Remember, this is one of the few heavy range gunpowder units in the game, so archers will not counter them, but crossbowmen will. They do have some inherent range armor, but at this point in time, hand cannoneers would have been a better choice. Though Otsu do have better range. When there's a Khan's Hunter here, these guys should get up to 6 range though. Getting some good damage there. We do have what's looked like a nested bee. Got multiple nested bees there, so it looks like Cognitive Palace has been pretty monotone. 3 nested bees on the field. Yeah, some odd reason the Cognitive Palace has been very monotone, and I believe it's still the same old Cognitive Palace has been for years. But nested bees are good, are anti-range units. You can see +2 versus range. Does CTM, so it bypass all the armor. And listen, SBs are starting going down, being used as meat shields. The Curl Tie is here as well, so all these guys are getting nice, not mentioned health regen, but actually damage increases, which affects all these units, and will also provide health regen to siege weapons. They do get the nest of bees for 3 additional rockets, so bursts of 10. We do now have Step Lancers being queued on up. Grease axles, not improved grease axles. Looks like the next thing to Cognitive Palace is... oh, more Palace Guards. So you got a group of 5 of them, which do get battle hardened. Always nice to have a bit of free heavy infantry that moves pretty quickly. Particularly used for the crossbowman. He has queued up a bunch of attack orders. However, the attack order ordering is probably not great. Number outposts there. He could probably try to get a battering ram and start cleaning up those wall segments one at a time if it's so needed. We got traders here, and looks like he has a full Silk Road. 20 traders on the field. He's actually split across both trade posts. That's interesting. This one's definitely more valuable, but a bit more dangerous. Got a large number of mangonels here. Mangonels. Bit of damage there. It could have been worse though. Does take some damage from the mangonels, nothing too crazy though. Now both sides similar military force the field. However, purple has twice the army value on the field at the moment. 8,000, 9,000 versus 4,000. Khan firing away with the nearby Kurultai has 39 damage for his bow. The arm attack is being reached by the Mongol player. And looks like Khan's falling back, took some damage there, and gets killed off by the keep. May also have a cannon placed there. Could have sworn that was a cannon, not a rocket that hit it. Yep, looks like keep is fully, or castle's fully upgraded. Kurultai now under siege. Khan's palace is more Rus knights. Kashyyyks are not going to be great versus samurai. They're a high attack speed cavalry unit there, which actually makes them quite bad versus armored units. They've got some concentrators and some Megadai here. Can't say they're fully upgraded at the moment. He's still missing range damage. Elite Kashyyyk research on the way. And they're all being cleaned on up. Actually take time to clean up the deer deposit with a massive pile of villagers. He should have plenty of pastures in the field. Either way, he will be stockpiling sheep. In fact, he may be stockpiling them now. You monster. More stone walls going on though. We got now the improved Steppe Lancer research, increase in attack speed of Steppe Lancer or the Kashyyyks. Kashyyyks pushing along the flank. Does take out some of those units. Crossbowmen push right forward, gain some damage on these units. Samurai pursuing those crossbowmen. Kashyyyks falling on back. No biology, level of improved biology being researched. More Kashyyyks, got more knights here. He really is going to rally up the thing near right there. Traders being blockaded, but we'll go straight to the keep. Kashyyyks going straight for the siege weapons. Biology being researched. It is regular biology, not improved biology. Mangonel does go down there. I heard a number of things being deleted. Crossbowmen being pursued by the samurai. The Jets player just been relying on mass samurai for a bit of time. May have a good number of charges on Tengashima Gunsmith at the current rate. 4 charges at the moment. Kashyyyks now engage. With nearby Kurultai, they gain a lot of extra firepower capabilities. They will punch through the armor far more effectively. Villager does get impaled there. I wonder where the Ovo is at the moment. This one has not been rebuilt. He does have a bit of stun moment, so he has, what, 4 relics with Tithe Barn. Does get those samurai there, get a full surround there. More samurai persuade forward. Thanks to the extra health regen per swipe, he's able to be far more durable. Cannoneers and the crossbow firing away. Got a number of forces here. Girl tries to fall back. Probably a villager or two to help repair it wouldn't be half bad. Blue also has way too many villagers on the field. 148. With 35 of which are trade caravans. So his military force is small. Does have a quick power on the field and 2 traction trebuchets, so he has a good amount of siege weapons. Prototype being redeployed here, which it can support the quick power in its efforts to siege down some keeps. Girltai takes some damage here. He's way too many civilians because he's just having trouble deploying out any military force. Girltai will be destroyed. These guys are now only affected by the Yam network. Does not have the improved Yam network to provide health regen to his traders. Pile of villagers collecting up food. And it's finally going with some economic upgrades. Cannoneer is falling back, firing away. The number of Mongol hand cannoneers firing away. He has currently 22 in the field, with 19 more on the build queue. When he gets serpent gunpowder, no he does not. Collins hunters can of course improve their range. Oh, we've got some Roost Horse Archers here. Currently they have 6.25 range. There's a blacksmith for me to take a look at upgrades. Could get the improved Tithe Barn, but for 500 stone to get not very good amount of resources back, that's not great. And Cannoneer is still firing away. Some of this infrastructure started going down. The Mongol player's on the back foot, but he's getting a very good number of hand cannoneers in the field. Missing out some blacksmith upgrades. 38 damage, no serpent gunpowder to help him out. Mangonel's trying to hit those units there. We got now the attack arrow by the Khan. But he still does not have whistling arrow, which is a bit of a problem. Taking massive hits there from the Mangonels. Horsemen straight forward. They are elite horsemen. And it's got some more Roost Knights here. And as well as some Roost warrior monks, so every time they can apply Saint's blessings. +2 damage, +1 armor. Hand Cannoneers or the Mangonels who could clean them up. Hand Cannoneers still firing away, getting some good damage done. Horse archers engaging villagers who's trying to shank them. Horsemen push forward, trying to get the Mangonel that just got pulled in the field. Got some Ashkaru Hand Cannoneers. Another Shogun Castle can get up to 18 Bannermans now. This is secondary towns that is taking quite a bit of damage. Where is a blacksmith? I am curious where his Ovo's at as well. Siege Workshop. Was it got not too many upgrades. There's 3 stack souls looks like. Tank Pass going for more elite horse archers. Coming forward to the front line, trying to prep the curl tie. And Cannoneers getting some good damage there. We do have certain gunpowder on the way, as well as elite man-at-arms. Castle now going on up. Warrior monks. A Hui Pow wouldn't be half bad. Horsemen and knights trying to engage some units in the back line. Like some of these Mangonels. Or maybe not. Judges plan on chemistry. We do have construction lightweight beams being researched. They improve lightweight beams for even fast construction speed. Is actually very nice. Let's find some villagers there. The Russe players up to, or the Mongol players, the 48 traders, providing an X amount of gold income as well as a bit of wood, food, and stone. Also more Russe Knights in the build queue with more Keshiks as well. Curl tie managed to get redeployed in the field, provides big cold Hand Cannoneers gets cold. Right now the Russe Mongol player has 42 Hand Cannoneers in the field, very nice. None of these villagers here on the front line pick some fire there, getting killed on up. Units starting to push right forward. Does need a pretty good hit there once again. Definitely a bit of Saint's Blessings being summoned. Up to 38 or up to 46 damage next to nearby curl tie for his Hand Cannoneers. When it comes to destroyed value, the Mongol player has nearly 40,000 more destroyed value. Holy crap. The German player is actually starting to run low on resources, so is the Mongol player. Though it has 1,600 stone, a lot of good things we get from that. Overall, the Hand Cannoneer option by the Mongol player was an excellent call, since one just still building out more samurai. Another round of Con Centers and Elite Magadai, increasing the range of these units. Bannerams hitting the castle now. Multiple castles now being set to the front line. Next Mongol unit being summoned to the field is, looks like another round of Elite Magadai. does. Got a bombard there. Blue's bombard's engaging. Blue has over nearly 2,000 stone now. The con does go down. One castle does go down. Hand Cannoneers engaging the Spearman. Horsemen just trying to keep the Spearmen away from Hand Cannoneers. These forces heading down south and set these traders. The Mongol player does still need the gold. Now the traders are going down. It looks like all this time, looks like the stone wall actually got cleaned up. Maybe a set of battery rams cleaned up those. But either way, all those walls are now down. So you can send the traders up north once again. Now the castles go down. Saves an SB. Horsemen taking some fire up here. Looks like some of these forces starting to fall back. Right now, he could go for some of the improved upgrades while at it. Might as well. Bombard does take a pretty good hit there. Horsemen will be picked on off there. Hand Cannoneers push straight forward. A new Khan has rise. The mountain traders in the field. I actually don't think he has rebuilt an OVO. So he will be missing out on some pretty critical upgrades, such as the Whistling Arrow, as long as the OVO is not rebuilt. So maybe built, I just don't know where it's at. In order I know the hotkey for it. O was not the button for OVOs. And Cannoneer staying in line is buffed by the Curl Tie for the most part. Nesabees on the flank. Next one is going to be more elite horse archers. The Mountain Hand Cannoneers in the field for the Mongol player. The Japanese player may just want to stop building samurai, either for horsemen as well as mangonels. The Mongol player is out of gold. So at this point in time, you just may need to get a queue of horsemen going. He actually does have a queue of 20, nearly 30 Keshiks. He does have biology researched. Units have started to be picked on off with all this serpent gunpowdered hand cannoneers buffed with a curl tie. Samurai just simply don't last very long. The castle's now under siege by the bombards, who are buffed by the curl tie. Most of these units going to just stay in and fight, eating some hits there from the mangonels. Some units are being picked on off. Oh. And that appears to be the end of the replay. That was a little bit of an abrupt end. I remember looking it up. I know the Mongol player won the game based on what I saw in the replay tab, but I don't know why it abruptly ended there. Maybe the game crashed. Either way, there's Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.